Russell, 405 Longbourn Drive, Wake Forest. And I am here this evening to talk about the Franklin County Animal Shelter. And we are all pleased and excited that a lot of the new policies that have been put into place are actually making some great changes at the shelter right now. Some of the new policies that have been put into place have definitely helped the welfare of the animals that are currently, unfortunately, in the shelters. A lot of the rescue groups that left after being treated not so nicely have decided to return. We had 2 different rescue groups come out this week alone, rescuing animals from the shelter. So we are definitely moving in a very positive direction, and we hope to see some more positive changes. Some of those positive changes we'd like to see are some spay and neutering deposits made. It's unfortunate that anybody can walk into the animal shelter and adopt an animal for $25 that is not spayed or neutered. Most of these dogs and cats come back a few months later with litters of puppies. This week alone, there were 4 litters of different puppies that entered the shelter. Luckily, because of our rescues, we were able to rescue most of those puppies, and some of them were adopted by the public, which is wonderful. But they leave the building without any resources of being spayed or neutered. I know there is a policy in effect that they do get a phone call within a couple of months, and they're asked, did you get your dog? Did you get your cat spayed and neutered? A lot of, after talking and discussing with the shelter staff, if they didn't, there's no recourse. There's no way of getting those dogs spayed and neutered, and unfortunately then they come back into the shelter by puppies and kittens. In years past, I've been volunteering at the Franklin County Animal Shelter for almost 7 years now, and in years past, when there were other people running the shelter, they used to take a deposit. So when you came into the shelter, you can adopt the pet. You would pay a small deposit or a deposit. As soon as you get your animal spayed and neutered, then the deposit would be returned to them. There are many, many, many programs out there for low-cost spay and neutering. There's really no excuse for anybody to not be spay and neutering their animals. And I think if the shelter was able to take a deposit, then they can, get their animals taken care of, so we are not constantly having animals come in the front door and causing more work, of course, for the rest of the rescue groups, and of course more work for the shelter. SNF program, our rescue group alone has a program. We spay and neuter dogs and cats free of charge for low income and for low income residents. All they need to do is go online, fill out an application form. We have partnered with vets in the local area where we pay for vets and clinics to pay to have their animals spayed and neutered. And I wish more of the residents would, use these resources so they are spayed and neutered. But good job on the shelter. I think that there are definitely a lot of good positive changes. We need to keep going, and one of those is the hours. The shelter hours have just got to change. Monday through Friday, noon to 4, and Saturdays 12 to 2. If you are a working citizen and you're a taxpayer citizen, how are you supposed to go to the shelter and adopt an animal from noon to 2 on Saturday? That's such a small window of opportunity. If we could possibly maybe be closed on Wednesday and stagger the hours and be open later on a Thursday. Take a look around and do a little bit of research on how other local animal shelters are doing it. They're open evenings. They're open late one night until 7 o'clock. So our goal is to continue getting animals out the front door, so they're not getting carried out the back door. So we really appreciate everything that has been done so far, and together we can do so much more. Thank you.
Thank you.